Hey, what's up? This is Donovan Green. Today we're going to talk about complaining. Stop complaining about where you are in your life. And we're going to share a couple of ways to be able to help you to stop complaining so you can focus on the bigger things that's going to come in your life. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of quotes that I have right in front of me. I'm going to read these quotes to you about complaining. Say and do something positive that will help the situation. It doesn't take any brains to complain. That's Robert A. Cook. Never lose the childlike wonder. Show gratitude. Don't complain. Just work harder and never give up. That's Randy Posh. I personally think we develop language because of our deep need to complain. Oh man, to separate the wanderers. That's Lily Tomlin. In Fearless, I don't complain. Even when horrible things happen to me, I go on. I'll give you three more. Maturity is the ability to reap without apology and not complain when things don't go well. That's Jim Rohn. Those who make the worst use of their time are the first to complain of its shortness. That's Jean de la Brea. Last one. It doesn't matter what cards you're dealt. It's what you do with those cards. Never complain. Just keep pushing forward. Find a positive in anything and just fight for it. That's Baker Mayfield. Okay. So we're going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to share 10 things to think about when you find yourself complaining too much. And we know that complaining don't do a darn thing except create more things to complain about. So let's dive right into it. The first thing is to practice self-compassion, right? Instead of giving yourself all this negative thought, these thoughts and this negative talk about who you are, what you are, where you are, and, giving yourself these bad words as me being fat or being out of shape or not having the right amount of friends. Nobody likes me. I've been a problem since I've been a child and, I'm still poor. I'm this and that. We all have to work on practicing self-compassion, having compassion for yourself and giving yourself enough internal love so you can start to really dial in and fine-tune the way you perceive yourself and know that a lot of your perception comes from what you were told as a child. It happens from the grassroots level. So if you consistently keep on telling yourself the negative, then every single day that negative space is going to keep on winning. And we don't want that to happen. We want to remove that and start to practice self-compassion. Acknowledge that everyone has insecurities. Know that there's not one person in the world, no matter how pretty, no matter how fit, no matter how rich, no matter how spiritual, that every single person has some form of insecurity. So what you're going through right now is not just you. Number two is to focus on the positive things. We spend so much time looking at the negativity, looking at the things that we don't have, rather than being grateful for the things that we do have. Now, when you start to look at the positivity in your life, then the negativity begins to take its way out of here. It removes itself. It's like muscle versus fat. To me, the positive stuff is the muscle. The negative stuff is the fat. Okay? Now, keep in mind, your body needs some fat to survive. Just like the human being needs some negativity to survive. It's the true thing. But the balance is the more muscles you build, the more positivity you build, I'm comparing it, the least amount of chance the fat has to exist in your body, the least amount of chance that the negativity have to exist in your life. That's the comparison, okay? A little bit of negativity is never bad because that's what encourages you to be more positive. You have to have the balance, the yin and the yang. But if you consistently feed the negativity all the time, then you're never going to be grateful. You're not going to be able to practice gratitude. And now you wonder why the hell you're sitting back in the same predicament every day of your life. You're not doing anything to grow. And I'm guilty sometimes of certain things where I have to regain and reconstruct my thought process. Number three, limit social media, because social media, it amplifies a lot of your feelings of doubt. It makes you feel inadequate. When you look at social media, you are looking at everybody's perfect world. Social media is designed for people to paint the picture that they want people to see. But most people is not thinking about it that way. Most people is seeing just that perfection, the house, the car, the good-looking body. Look at how he has all these girls. Look at how she's dressed. Look at the car that she's driving. Look at the job that she has. Look at how beautiful she is. Look at how handsome he is. And look at how I'm looking. I feel like a bum. I feel broke. I feel poor. I feel ugly. I feel fat. I feel unliked. I feel unpopular. And blah, 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 blah. Cut down your social media time and put more emphasis on your social time, your internal social time. Spend time with the people you love, okay? Don't be on social media looking at people that you don't know. You don't know these people. So get the hell away from social media. Limit your time space. If you're doing hours a day, if you're doing 6 hours a day, then cut it down to at least an hour, okay? I'm not saying you have to cut it all out, okay? Number 4, engage in positive affirmations. Come on. Affirmations every single day. Today I will be, fill in the blank. I will no longer, fill in the blank. Life is beautiful. Life is amazing. Life is whole. Create your affirmations. Put that in the atmosphere. Remember, the things that you set each day is the things that will come to your life. Okay? Give yourself some worth. Make sure you're looking at it and saying, okay, I need to start to rewire my thinking. I need to start to regain, reconstruct, reconfigure. How is my brain wired? And what am I doing to sabotage myself? Nobody's doing it to you. You're the one that's doing it to yourself. Now, people are very fast and very in a hurry to blame somebody else, but you're the one that's doing it. So if you can start to engage in more positive affirmations, then you're going to be top notch. You're going to start to see the life that you really want to live because now you're putting these words into reality, okay? Number 5, practice mindfulness. Being mindful of your spacing. Being more aware of the thoughts that you have. Me thinking this right now, is this doing anything for me? Me doing this right now, is this doing anything for me? Positive or negative? You be more mindful. Practice mindfulness. The way you speak. Sometimes I can be a little bit more aggressive, but I'm not really aggressive, but it's going to come off aggressive to others because my energy is high. And when I'm passionate, I'm passionate. And I don't care about being filtered. I'm going to tell you raw. I'm going to tell you the way it is, whether you like it or you don't. And I'm not going to apologize for anything that I feel that I'm correct on. If I know I'm right, I ain't going to apologize, no matter how much I hurt your feelings, right? But at the same time, I still have to practice mindfulness of the way I'm delivering my message and who I'm speaking to. Because not having a filter can be a downfall. And it can also be an uplifter. It's how you use it. Okay? Next one is to seek professional help. If you have issues going on in your mind and you find yourself complaining every freaking time about everything and everyone and everywhere, then you need to gain some accountability, right? And you're going to gain that by hiring someone that can counsel you, that can guide you down the path of where you need to go. Because maybe you grew up feeling, like you're no good. Maybe you grew up feeling like you have to be the hero to everybody else. Maybe you grew up feeling like no one likes you, right? That type of mindset can follow you into your adulthood. And there are multiple studies showing this. The things that we ate, the things that we did as children, we grow up into adult and do very similar things. Most people, if I ask them, when I'm doing health coaching, I say, how did you eat when you were a child? They will say, I had bacon, scrambled eggs with bread, and we'll have orange juice, or we'll have pancakes, and we'll have cereal. Then most likely the way that person ate growing up, they will go through phases where they change the eating habits, but they still end up eating the same kind of way as when they were kids. So you have to be able to look back, and when you get a professional, a counselor, a therapist, whatever terms you want to put to that, right? A mentor, that person is going to help you to kind of go back into the beginning of time and see how your upbringing was versus to now, and what can we do to eradicate all of these negative crap that's going on in your brain, okay? Number 7, focus on health and well-being. There's nothing better to me than when you really start to focus on your health and your well-being. Your health goes into your mental, your spiritual, and your emotional. It goes into every aspect of your life, every corner, every time you look to the left or you look to the right. That is something that needs to be fine-tuned. You need to look at your wheel and see, okay, how am I doing financially? How am I doing mentally? How am I doing with my exercise? What activities am I doing for my spirituality? What am I doing for my emotions? Am I treating my loved ones the right way? Am I doing the right things that people will be proud of me even if I didn't know they were watching me? Am I doing the right stuff when I'm behind closed doors? Looking at your health and your well-being and being in charge. This is what it's about. You have to be in charge. And if you're not in charge of your life right now, then who is? Who's in charge of your life right now? Who are you giving so much power to that when you sit back and you are trying to live your best life, you cannot move forward because somebody has a hold around your neck and they're not letting you go? They're restricting your breathing pattern. Who are you giving so much power to that's giving you these weak-minded states? You don't need to be weak-minded. You don't need to be in a state of complacency. You need to find powerful ways to get up and get the hell out and start doing what you got to do so you can grow in your life, okay? 2 more to go. Limit the comparisons. It says try to avoid comparing yourself to others. Remember that everyone has their own struggles and insecurities. I said that in the beginning, okay, about people having their own insecurities. We said that from number 1. I don't know why human beings have to compare themselves to other people, especially people who they don't know. Those people have nothing similar to you. So what is the purpose? What is the point of comparing your life to somebody else's life? That's like comparing your fingerprints to somebody else's fingerprint. It's a completely different layout. Don't compare. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the same thing I spoke about, the positive thoughts and the negative thoughts. Having someone to compare things to is awesome. If you are inspired and compare the work that you're doing to somebody else's work in a book or online, and you have enough energy within yourself to know that this comparison is going to help you to be better, then I'm all for that. But the comparing I'm talking about is the one where you're comparing people's life and making your life feel like it needs to be in the gutter. That is ridiculous. That is not expected of adults. You don't sit back and compare yourself to somebody else because that is not good. I promise you, that is not a very good thing for you to do. That is a problem. And when you start to compare yourself to others, you are not paying attention to who you really are. You are putting yourself in a very discreet situation, and that is not a very good thing for you to do. Now, when you look at yourself in that mirror and you see who you are, compare yourself to you. Put yourself in the mirror and see what you are, how you are, and compare yourself to you, but not to nobody else. Okay? Let's move on. Number 10, engage in creative expression. Do you know what that is? So, creative expression, right? It's a form of creativity that can help the process, and it helps you to process the process. It helps you to look at the steps that you're taking to get to where you want to go. It says sometimes expressing yourself through art, writing, or other forms of creativity can help you process feelings about your appearance. And the artwork can be in any form. It could be the way you dress. It can be creative style of how you put your hairstyles together. How do you do your makeup? What type of jeans are you going to wear? Okay? The books that you write in, the movies you're going to watch. Engage in creative expressions. Be something that's different. Like, I enjoy watching my children, right? My daughter, she's going through her tomboy phase. She's finding her creative expression. She's 11. My son, he's going through this Fabio pretty boy phase. He's putting on all types of stuff and putting his things together, and he's finding his creative expression. I'm for all of it. I mean, there are things that I look at, I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? But, I'm still gonna make them feel good because my expression is going to be different from their expression. So I'm very careful. Going back when I talk about practice mindfulness, I'm still very mindful of how I'm saying certain things because, as parents, we feel like we got all the say so in the world, but we really don't. Okay, we're not trying to destroy our children with our stupid ideologies and make them grow up feeling unwanted, unloved, insecure, and just out of place. That's not going to happen. And once again, I go back to what I said earlier. This is what happens to a lot of us as adults. We have been trained by our adult people, whether it's your children, your teachers, your parents, your pastor, your doctor, your boss, whoever it was. These people trained you mentally and gave you some stuff that made us broken. Okay? We're walking around here broken like glass, where it's hard to put those pieces back unless you got some magic wand that you could put it back together. So complaining really doesn't do anything except makes you complain more. Try your best to remove the word try, okay? Because I know that try is not substantial. It's not adequate when it comes to making big changes in your life. When you try, you're telling yourself immediately that you are understanding that you're going to fail. No. We're not trying a damn thing. We're doing. You're getting it done. Don't talk about it. Be about it. A lot of people say, I'm gonna. You're gonna what? You're not doing anything. You're staying stuck in your own dream world. And they say a dream is one step from making something become reality. So when you don't make it become reality, now you're only imagining things. Now you're living in a world of illusions, okay? So leave it in the comments. Let me know if you have a problem with this negative talk and complaining about crap every day. And how do you plan on removing these complaints and start to live your life to the fullest? And in the comments, let me know if you have found ways to remove the complaints and how has that, how can I say that? How has that helped you in your life journey? That's what I want to say, okay? All right, this is Donovan Green. Keep on pushing, keep on getting after it, and keep it 100% real. We ain't got no time for no chitty chitty bang bang playing games. We ain't got no time for that. We're pushing through this stuff and tell yourself the truth every time. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.